RPG in my life. I mean, who's this guy here? This fucking cloud motherfucker who looks like he's wearing Inuyasha's sword or whatever? How? How do I fucking play this stupid game? Shit! Oh, hey guys, what's up? It's BigJackFilms here, and welcome back to the prop shop, where we make props and costumes to your liking, whether it be for cosplay or your filmmaking needs. And of course, as you guys can see, today we are building Aerith Staffs from the classic game Final Fantasy VII. And how ironic, given the recent announcement this week for the remake of Final Fantasy VII on the latest home video game consoles. And actually, this is one of our prop commissions, which was ordered by Yuguri Cosplay, also known as LunachiBunnie Cosplay. She's been a huge supporter of the channel, and she's actually been wanting to get back into cosplay, so we figured we'd help her build a few of her props. We actually just built her a Kikyo bow and arrow kit, which you guys can see we did an excellent job on, so we figured we'd do another one for her by doing Aerith Staff from Final Fantasy VII.
Aerith could never love a half-demon!
If you guys want to go check out her social media platforms, link below to her Instagram account and Facebook page, and you guys can go like and support her content. So this build we actually thought would take a little bit longer, but we actually found some cheap materials and we're going to show you how to build it today. With that said, let's see what we need for supplies. Solar driveway stakes, a dustpan, PVC connectors, the following colored spray paint seen here, acrylic jewels, pool noodle foam, gaffer tape, duct tape, painter's tape and hockey tape, a hot glue gun, and an on-hand grinder. Start by taking the dustpan and removing the pan from the pole. The pan has a connector piece on it, so you can easily plug in the solar lights into the pole. In order to get the right size for the grip, I decided to take the dustpan pole and measure it out and cut it with the grinder. You also want to make sure to sand the edges for a fine fit. The first test I had with the staff, it was a little flimsy and a little too long, so I went ahead and made some adjustments and cut it down to the right size. I had a spare lightsaber blade on hand that I was actually used into the dustpan pole in order to make the pole grip a lot sturdier and stronger. I then took the spike pegs and scraped off the tape to make sure it didn't get in the way when it came to spray painting. I also took advantage of that by marking down where I need to cut the solar poles in order to adjust it and make it the right size. Also, if you're under 18 and you're cutting with these kind of tools, be sure to have adult supervision required. The things I do for cosplay commissions. Work through the pain.
Ain't no skin off of my ass. Ain't no skin off of my ass.
I then took these two PVC connectors and had them go on the edge of the grip. The first thing I did to make them fit was to wrap gaffer tape around the sides of the grip in order to give a snug fit. Afterwards, I hot glued it to seal it all together, and the grip came out pretty damn good. Then I took the two lights at the end and hot glued them together to seal up the poles. I did a second test run with the staff and it came out pretty well, minus a few disconnections and a little bit more adjusting. The next thing I did was take the poles outside, stick them in the ground, and spray painted them with white primer. I made sure to get a few even coats on there in order to hide the red lights. Then I just spray painted the poles with a metallic silver. Once all that dried, I took an old ragged cloth and some black spray paint and kind of scrubbed it into the silver in order to make the metallic finish look more used. It gives more detail to the staff instead of it looking brand spanking new. I bought some acrylic jewels at a local Walmart for a couple of dollars. All I needed to do to match the references of the staff was to hot glue them on the edges of the grip. Once that all dried, I removed the painter's tape and the black came out pretty well, but because it was still a little light and not as heavy, I decided to cover it in gaffer tape and some hockey tape for a finer finish. Now, originally we were going to use the lights as the main edges of the staff, but I felt they were a little too short, so I decided to replace them entirely. Thankfully, I had some spare pool noodle foam left over from an old LARP sword that was already covered in duct tape. All I had to do was cut the right size for each side of the staff and pat it out with a little bit more duct tape. Then all I had to do was hot glue them to the poles and I was done. While also having to clean up after myself because parents can complain about that kind of stuff, kids. And There you have it, Aerith Staff from Final Fantasy VII. I think overall we did a pretty damn good job on this build, and it was all made under a budget of about $30, and we hope you guys get a little tip of how to build this prop for yourself. And the best part about this build is that we actually made it where you can detach it so you can have it for easy travel. Once again, a big thank you to our commission sponsorship with Yukari Cosplay. She's a wonderful talent, and if you guys want to go check out her content, link down below to her social media platforms. Of course, we want to hear from you. What do you guys think of our build? And on top of that, what kind of costumes and props would you like to see us build? Let us know in the comment section below, and we might make it a recommendation. That bow completely messed up the shirt. So until the next video, guys, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys later. This is BigJackFilms, signing off.